The other day, we got the big news that Anthony Davis was finally traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. And now the Lakers have two of the best players in the NBA, LeBron and Anthony Davis. And it gave me the idea to actually put together a full team of Anthony Davis. Now, we've done this with LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard. I'm going to leave those links in the description below if you actually want to see how those players do when they have a full team of them. But in today's video, we're going to do Anthony Davis since he just got traded. Sorry for not uploading the past few days. Mondays, I was at the Toronto Raptors parade. That was super fun to go to, but then it ended pretty badly. But anyways, we're finally back, guys. Don't forget to use code Smequle at G Fuel for 10% off your orders. But anyways, let's get right into this video. So we're in NBA 2K19 right now, and we've duplicated Anthony Davis, so we have an entire team full of him. So we have this team of Anthony Davis, and we're in my league, and pretty much we're just going to simulate a full season of him and see if he can go undefeated. And if you guys haven't watched these videos before, it is super hard to go undefeated in NBA 2K19. Everything's going to be CPU simulated. I've also turned off injuries as well as trade logic. That way no trades are made or any injuries occur. And I have downloaded the newest roster with some of the free agent trades. Obviously, it's pretty much been Anthony Davis. And then recently, we just saw Mike Conley get traded to the Utah Jazz. So we do have the updated rosters as of June 19th. Obviously, they could change by the end of the day. Leave your comment down below how many wins you think Anthony Davis can get. As a center, I think he's going to do pretty good. Usually centers do really good in these simulations. So I'm going to say he's going to get 80 wins. I don't think he's going to go undefeated. It's super hard to go undefeated, but let's find out. I'm going to say 80 wins. Leave your comment down below, and let's see who's the closest. We made it to the All-Star break, and there isn't a single Anthony Davis on the All-Star team, which is kind of interesting. Usually we do see some of these players with a team of 15, but maybe all of them are just doing really good individually, so they can't put any of them on. Nobody performing very well. They're also all centers, so that's another thing to take into account, is because they're all centers, they'd only be able to be eligible for that center position on these all-star teams. And of course, you can only have so many. Okay, so we're at the end of the season, and they're 77-4 right now, this team of Anthony Davis. They lost to the Memphis Grizzlies. It's kind of unbelievable. The Spurs, they should have beat the Spurs, and they lose to the OKC Thunder. They lost by 1 there, 1 to the Grizzlies. 4 losses in total right now, and then also earlier in the season, they lost to the Golden State Warriors. Who I believe, do they still have their super stacked roster? Yeah, so they still got Durant, Curry, Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, because we didn't go through an off season. So the rosters are a little messed up just because of that. But Anthony Davis, 4 losses right here. So I was a little off. I said 2 losses, 80 wins. Let's see if they can win this last game, though, and they do win that last game. So 78-4, which is one of the best records we've seen in when we've gotten these teams of 15 players, all of the same player. They are going to get Coach of the Year, of course, but no other awards, just because there's no standout players. It's all the same player, so they can't do anything crazy. I'm not expecting them to make the All-NBA teams, and they don't. Of course, it's only that center position, so it's even harder than being a guard and forward and making one of those teams. But, of course, they are going to be the first seed in the West. It says LA for some reason. Okay, so there we go. I changed it to AD. That way we know it is Anthony Davis, and the Lakers didn't even make playoffs anyways because they lost Anthony Davis. It got a whole lot worse. All the players, a bunch of them up to a 97, kind of that starting lineup. And then those backups, players that don't really play, up to a 96. In terms of standing, of course, no team even close to them. And let's go over to the season stats, checking out the players' stats. So the top scoring player can have 14.6 points per game. Of course, it's all the same player, so nobody can do crazy good. And then it goes all the way down to 0, 3.8. These guys didn't really play, but 10 to 15, looking like everybody scored. And if you have everybody putting up double digits on your team, you're going to do pretty good. Rebounds per game, top was 6.1. 3.1 assists. I mean, Anthony Davis, not too big of a passer. So of course, we're not going to be seeing anything crazy there. He doesn't shoot the three-pointer much, but he can shoot it decently. A bit of them shooting, maybe 1 a game in total. But the most interesting thing is the team stats to see how he compared to everybody else in the league. Points per game, nobody even close. He's 11 ahead of everybody else. Points allowed, he's going to be easily the lowest, only allowing 96.5 with a differential of 31.5. On average, he scores 31.5 more points than the other team, which is insane. He's got the highest field goal percentage as a center down there in the post, of course. That makes sense. And then 3-point percentage, not awful. He's kind of in the middle there. These teams should be higher than him, considering he is just a center by himself. Free throw percentage, actually 6th in the NBA. That's really good for Anthony Davis, 81%. Rebounds per game, and nobody close to him, 60.8 per game. Assists per game, not going to be at the top there, actually 10th in the league, which isn't too bad for him. Steals, I mean, he's not much of a stealer, but blocks, I'm expecting blocks. Nobody should be close to him. Look at that. Almost 4 ahead of everybody else. That is crazy. Turnovers per game is going to be the lowest in the NBA, tied with the Denver Nuggets. And then bench points are going to easily be the best because it's all Anthony Davis. Let's hop right into the playoffs now, up against the San Antonio Spurs in the first round. Now let's start off with game number 1 is going to go to Anthony Davis. Game number 2 is to Anthony Davis again. Game number 3 to Anthony Davis. Game number 4 is to AD. That's a nice little 4-0 sweep right there up against the San Antonio Spurs. So they're going to be facing off the OKC Thunder in the second round. AD takes game 1. Game number 2 goes to Anthony Davis. Game 3 to Anthony Davis yet again. And game 4, it's another sweep for Anthony Davis. Looking like he might not even drop a game in these NBA Finals. And it's going to be the Utah Jazz, who just made the big trade for Mike Conley. And I mean, I guess it looks like it worked out. We got Philly, Toronto in the East. Let's see if AD can beat the Utah Jazz here, the 6th seed. Big upset against the Warriors. That's crazy. And the Jazz actually get a game on Anthony Davis, so he didn't go undefeated in the playoffs here. But he does get a 4-1 victory. Nice and easy right there. And it's going to be the Toronto Raptors in the finals yet again. Let's see if AD can actually sweep the Raptors, though. It's a 3-0 lead. And game number 4 isn't even close. Up by 23 points right now. And AD at the free throw line. We got to see a little bit of gameplay here. AD misses that first shot. It's always funny seeing 15 of the same players on the court. For some reason, one of them is number 15. Everybody's number 11 except for one of them. Let's see this defense. I mean, Anthony Davis, great defender. And we saw it during the regular season. A big block by Davis right there. All right, we got the mismatch. Man, the point guard AD should be able to just destroy down low. Three-pointer, that's going to be no good. And the big W right there by the team of Anthony Davis. See a little bit of celebration. Oh, look how many of them there are all in one spot. And there we go. There's AD holding up the trophy. Pretty easy for him. He lost 1 game in the playoffs, 4 games in the regular season. So 5 losses in total. And look at that, Anthony Davis with the finals MVP. I feel like the jokes I've made about that are kind of overplayed at this point. But so we're just gonna, so there we go, easy W, 16.3, 2.0. I mean, the stats don't mean too much because it's a full team, but I believe that's one of the best we've actually seen from these team of players, especially in 2K19. 2K19 is just hard to go 82-0. 5 losses in total. Sucks he couldn't go undefeated in the regular season, losing to the Utah Jazz. I mean, I guess they got Rudy Gobert down in the paint. That might stop AD quite a bit. So there you go. You need a good defender down in the paint to actually get 1 game, only 1 game on Anthony Davis. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Also, I want to hear your thoughts. Who won the trade, Pelicans or the Lakers with the Anthony Davis trade? Or do you think they both came out equally? I mean, the Pelicans are going to be looking really good this year as well. But anyways, I'll see you next time. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. This has been your boy Smequle. Peace.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money. The pressure be calling. Left on my blessings. I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something. That's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection. I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the